Hey friends, this is Yankan, the futurist here at HIMSS 25 in Las Vegas. We're talking healthcare transformation and the future. I have with me Jay from Etherfax. Jay, tell us about what do you guys do and how is that changing everything we know about healthcare?
That's a great question. At Etherfax, we do secure document delivery. So people can call it fax, but really we're taking the telephony from point to point and securely delivering the document. Now, two things that we are showing here at HIMSS. First is our FedRAMP certification, which is a much higher standard of security in documents. We think security is really the future in healthcare. And the other is our new partnership with Weave Cloud Solutions. So what Weave Cloud Solutions does is it takes the documents that are delivered and indexes them, tells the practice or the health system what they are, and then allows the practice to act on those documents very quickly. The goal with all of this is better outcomes for the patient. And I can give an example if you'd like me to.
Absolutely. We'll get into the example.
Okay,
but I have tough questions right now.
Oh, perfect.
You know, they say that a lot of people might have the misconception that fax is a very old technology. You know, it's been there for, 70, 80 years. But a fact of the matter is that because of its reliability and the fact that fax is used worldwide in every healthcare system, until now, right now as well, it's considered to be a very reliable mode of transmission of information. And that's a very pivotal point because it has redundancy, it has all of those things, and we've typically come from a paper-based industry. What is new with fax, right? Fax is, of course, digital. Fax is now, of course, electronic. Tell us these things that have the reliability, but then it's also looking at current era needs of everybody within, say, the healthcare industry.
Yep, and really what is new is that delivery, increased quality of a fax. People can think back 10, 15 years of a fax coming through and having it have the lines and different things, having a very difficult time reading any of the data that's coming through on that fax. And what we're doing is we can send faxes through that are DICOM quality, that are X-ray quality, that doctors can read and do their findings off of that fax. So it's an extremely high quality of fax that we're delivering. But the quality is only available at the last step that the fax comes through. So there are people who are still using telephone lines and things like that to receive a fax. We just, and thankfully telephone companies are at a point where they're tearing those out. They don't want to support this anymore. And that's increasing the opportunity for us as a fax company to deliver a cleaner product that really improves patient outcomes.
Of course. Fax being an industry standard, it's an industry standard like four wheels on a car, right? Like four wheels on a car are absolutely necessary. You can have a vehicle with 6 wheels as well, or 8 or 20. I don't know. I'm just trying to be creative here. But I think that's a fundamental aspect of the industry that we need to understand. How are you guys looking at, for the lack of a better word, AI, right? AI is everywhere. AI is changing everything. We need a lot of data to work with AI, right? Another area within industry. How are you looking at AI though?
Yeah, so AI we see on a spectrum. At Weave Cloud Solutions, we are using AI to see a document coming in and looking at that document and saying, it's a referral request, it's a lab report, it's a other types of information coming into the practice, and using the AI for the application of telling you what kind of document it is, what patient it's for, what the issues are in that document. We are not storing that data. We are not building a large language model because we feel like that crosses the line into using personal health information to build something that may enrich ourselves or not really advance the outcomes for the patient. We think we can just replace that task of indexing the document, and that provides a lot of value for a medical practice all the way up through a health system.
Yeah. In terms of the technology that Etherfax has, tell me more about workflows. Help us understand how has workflow changed in the last 10 years when it comes to faxing, right? It's not just you get a fax in a machine and it's in your hand, but there's very complex workflows that happen in the back end when that transmission is made, sent, or received.
That's right. I actually ran a company called Workflow.com for 12 years with Packy Highland. So I've spent many hours at the front desk and at the back office of health systems watching those workflows. Yeah. And I understand, and Etherfax understands, that there are customized workflows for every medical function. And we don't want to gloss over any of the importance of any of those, but the most important being when a document comes in, where does it go? Who's acting on that document? And if it's coming in and sitting in a folder on somebody's desktop and that person misses a few days of work, that could be a life-changing event for somebody whose information is coming across. So what we want is to provide AI technology and kind of usher that document through the proper workflows so that it gets into the hands of the person who can act on it.
Excellent. I heard that Japan is the world's largest consumer of faxing. I think. I don't know if that stat is still correct. Is that correct?
I'm not sure, but
right, Japan. I heard Japan. Like a lot of industries in Japan still work on fax. There's a crazy amount of faxing that's happening in Japan, and the reason for that is because of the reliability on fax, and that's why they're still trying to move from where they were and where they will be.
Yep.
Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the next 3, 5, 10 years. What do you see happen in the next 3 to 5 years, and then maybe 5 to 10 years generally in the healthcare industry? Of course, with communications, with faxing, more robustness, efficiency. What do you foresee?
So what I see is the application of AI really taking hold within healthcare. I know from my personal experience working with Epic that they've been able to use AI. The puzzle that EHRs have always tried to solve is documentation by exception. Every doctor wants to say, you walk through the door, 90% of what you're doing is great, but there's 10% that's a problem. How do I document that 90% accurately and effectively? And what we're seeing with AI is the ability to record that conversation happened, record that everything is normal, and also enhance some different things that may help specialists down the road really figure out what's wrong with that patient. And I think that's really where we're going to get to a state where documentation is really helping keep patients healthier.
Excellent. Last question. We are living in the era of democratized healthcare, and there's technologies like blockchain coming in, there's AI coming, lots is happening, incredible stuff. And we talk about that in the future. So we're covering all that stuff. What are some of your favorite technologies apart from AI in terms of, hey, I believe that technology has it or this has it, and it could be anything.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of advances that are happening within the hardware of healthcare. That are more effectively, even the knee replacements and different pieces of hardware like that, just having, like Internet of Things, where you can learn about what's going on with that person's shoulder or knee. Are they doing all the rehab they're supposed to do? I think that's really the future of allowing people to get the medical care they need, but also the required physical therapy and follow-up necessary, even with medications where you can have pill boxes that tell you it's time to take your medications. Because there's so much of non-compliance that hurts people. Like they're getting the right diagnosis, they're getting the right medication, they're just not taking it. And then that is just spiraling costs down the road of people who are sicker when they should be getting healthier.
Yeah. Well, here's to a healthy future.
Yes.
And hopefully, we're going to be here to see all of these amazing things happen.
I would love to see it.
I wish you all the best at HIMSS, and there's so much happening here. It's drinking from the fire hose. But thank you, Jay. Really appreciate it.
All right.
And best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent.